and welcome to our second part in the story of Ibrahim on this the half-term holiday. So welcome everyone, and we'll just give a few minutes for everyone to get settled in.
Ustad Akhtar, I think there's some leaves started growing in your tree.
Well, you know, it's autumn time, so you know, I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll go.
Oh, I can see Isa and Aisha's there, mashallah. Assalamu alaikum. How you doing, guys? You all right? Mashallah. Let's see who else is here. Oh, mashallah. Who's Coach Akhtar? I think there's somebody here to take over your job. Ustad Akhtar. There's a Coach Akhtar.
Is there?
Yeah. Wow. I can see Omar. I can see Omar and his brother chilling out, mashallah. I can see Farhan. Almost. Farhan, Tayyiba, Musa, mashallah. They're looking very chilled out. Is that Farhan eating an orange? Or is that Musa? What's his name? I can see him eating an orange. I see Zakaria, Yahya, Isa, mashallah. I see Ibrahim in year 6. He doesn't look very happy. I see Yusufuddin. Wow, mashallah. A lot of people on today, mashallah, mashallah. Who else can I see? Oh, I recognize that person. I can see Ahmed Ali. I thought I could see, oh, Hamza, year 3, Al-Noor, mashallah. And I can see Zakaria, Yusufuddin, mashallah. Yusuf, you're normally with your dad. You're just alone today.
Yeah.
Mashallah. I can see Farhan still eating that orange. Mashallah. So, Ustad Akhtar, are we ready to go?
Yeah, we still have people joining, so can we give them another minute or two?
Of course we can.
There's a lot of people joining today, alhamdulillah. And just a reminder, please do switch on your cameras if you can. That would be really great so we can see you. And if you can rename yourself, you could put down, for example, your name and your school and your year group. So if, for example, you go to Al-Noor school, you could put your name, Ibrahim. I can see he's put year 6 down. And we've got a few others. Ahmed Ali's put year 2 down, mashallah. So you can put your year group. We can see who you are. And if you can put your camera on, that would be great to see you all together, inshallah. And we can see, we can see so many people, mashallah, here today. Aisha's there. Aisha, give us a wave. Look, about 5 Aishas waved at the same time. So there's lots of Aishas there.
I can see Sumaya Ahmed. Is that Sumaya drinking a glass of water? Oh, mashallah.
Sabar. अभी नहीं वीडियो ऑन करना पहले मुझे जाने दो वो तो आसान लगती है
Okay, so might have to put you guys on mute. So we're just waiting for everyone to log in. There's lots of people coming in, and we're also streaming on YouTube as well. So we're just waiting. We'll give another few minutes. I can see Waliullah. Waliullah is logging in at the moment. Iman Ahmed's family is logging in. So lots of people already still logging in at the moment.
Ustad Akhtar, I never knew you said you had such a cool hairstyle.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just like down with the young people nowadays. You're too old for me, Ustad.
I'm not going to take my hat off, Ustad, because I don't actually have much hair. Yeah. So it's gonna be embarrassing for me. But I like your cool hairstyle.
Okay, who else do we have? I can see Sumaya's there. And who else do we have here? Lots of people here today, mashallah. And still people joining. So can we give everybody just another few minutes? We've got Wajiha joining, Isa Ibn Mujahid from year 6 Perfleet Primary School. He's trying to get in as well. So we've got lots and lots of people joining. Alhamdulillah, we're up to 75 families so far joining. And inshallah, in there somewhere is Ustad Masood, we hope. That would be important. And we are just trying to find him connecting as well. So so let's have a show of hands. Who's on half term right now? Give us a wave if you're on half term. Wow, lots of waving there. Everybody's on half term. MashaAllah. And who's enjoying their half term? Give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying your half term. And if thumbs down if you're not. Who's not having a good time? Wants to be back at school. Okay, most people seem to be enjoying their half term. So that's great, alhamdulillah. Okay, we're going to give 1 more minute for everyone. There's still people logging in, and we know it's very busy. We've got 81 families. I was just expecting a few more, inshallah, and then we'll be up to where we want to be, inshallah. And most importantly, alhamdulillah, we have our Ustad Masood, who's just joined us. So let's begin, inshallah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Welcome everyone, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, everyone. Amazing to have you here. I'm here with Ustad Sohail. Say salams, Ustad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa
alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Assalamu alaikum. Oh, wa alaikum assalam. Salam's coming. MashaAllah. I think we can spend the whole hour giving salams to all 80 people.
Wa alaikum assalam. So, jazakallah khair.
Oh, there's Masood.
Great to have you all here, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. And wa alaikum salam. So we're going to ask you all to be on mute. Thank you for your salams. And just for the rest of this, and then we're gonna let you come off mute in a little while. Just a reminder, do stay on mute for just the duration. And our team, I'll just ask them, remind Haroon and Co, just to mute anybody that you can see if they accidentally come off mute. And great to have you all. So we have a busy day, right? First of all, we've got some recitation of Qur'an, which I'm going to hand over.
Assalamu alaikum.
Ustad Sohail, wa alaikum salam, and then we're going to hear from Ustad Masood, inshallah. So over to you, Ustad Sohail.
Yes, mashallah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala rasulillah. I'm very pleased to see you guys all back from yesterday. I'm so excited about our subject, which is the second part of the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and I'm so looking forward to hearing from Ustad Masood, who will be presenting today an action-packed episode about Ibrahim alayhi salam, his dialogue with the King Namrud, how he's catapulted into the fire and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saves him. But before we go there, my favorite part where we hear the recitation of Qur'an. And today we have 2 very special guests, brother and sister, who are going to recite today from Surah As-Saffat, 37th chapter of the Qur'an. Now that's Isa and Aisha. Do we have Isa and Aisha here? Give us a wave, Isa and Aisha. Are you here? MashaAllah, I could see you before. Where are you guys gone?
Yeah, they should be able to speak now.
Alaikum, you can speak now. If you take yourself off mute, Isa and Aisha, you're going to be reciting now, inshallah ta'ala. So we're going to be on Surah As-Saffat, verse 83 onwards. Bismillah. Go ahead. I think it's Aisha reciting first. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, Bismillah. Go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإن من شيعته لإبراهيم إذ جاء ربه بقلب سليم إذ قال لأبيه وقومه ماذا تعبدون أئفكا آلهة دون الله تريدون فما ظنكم برب
MashaAllah. Go ahead, Isa. Carry on.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فلما بلغ معه السعي قال يا بني إني أرى في المنام أني أذبحك فانظر ماذا ترى قال يا أبت افعل ما تؤمر ستجدني إن شاء الله من الصابرين فلما أسلما وتله للجبين وناديناه أن يا إبراهيم قد صدقت الرؤيا إن كذلك نجزي المحسنين إن هذا لهو البلاء المبين وفديناه بذبح عظيم وتركنا عليه في الآخرين سلام على إبراهيم كذلك نجزي المحسنين إنه من عبادنا المؤمنين.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. That is excellent. Both of you. You work so well together. MashaAllah. So let's start off with Aisha. Aisha, what year are you in?
Yeah, 3.
Is that in Noor al-Islam?
Yeah.
Okay, Aisha. Now I want to know, how much time do you spend every day on practicing the Qur'an? How long does it take to become that good, mashallah?
In the morning and 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes in after school, in the holidays and weekends I read more.
Okay. That doesn't sound like very much. 10 minutes and 10 minutes. Are you sure you got that good by just reading for 10 minutes and 15 minutes? Or was it a little bit more? Do you do it in school as well?
I read at school.
All right. How many hours do you read at school? How many hours?
An hour.
Oh, okay, mashallah, excellent. And I think I know your head teacher and I know your Ustad. Your head teacher is Ustad Majid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Abu Abdullah. And your Qur'an teacher is Abu Hudayfa, isn't it? Ustad Ihsan. They must be very proud of you. And what about you, Isa? Are you at Noor al-Islam as well?
Yeah.
And what year are you in?
Yeah, 5.
Okay, now you seem a bit quieter than your sister. Your sister seems very, very bossy. Is she bossy?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, okay. And how long do you spend on Qur'an every day?
From Monday to Friday, I spend 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Wow, 2 hours and 5 minutes. So you're counting every single minute, yeah? MashaAllah.
Yeah. In the morning, I do 1 hour and 5 minutes, and then in the afternoon, I do 1 hour.
Oh, wow. So, mashallah, that sounds like real dedication. Now, how many...
And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, I read an extra half an hour.
Oh, mashallah. And how much Qur'an have you memorized? Are you doing hifz of Qur'an as well?
Yeah, I'm almost completing the second juz.
Okay, almost completing the second juz. So, on Surah Al-Baqarah, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And what about from the end? Have you memorized many juz from the end?
Yeah, I know Naba and 2 other surahs.
Okay, mashallah. Is it your ambition to memorize the whole Qur'an?
Yeah. Inshallah.
Okay, mashallah. Inshallah ta'ala. What about you, Aisha? Is it your ambition to memorize the whole Qur'an?
Yeah. Inshallah.
Okay, Allahumma barik. Allahumma barik. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless both of you. Jazakumullah khairan for coming, for reciting for us. It was actually so beautiful to see you both next to each other, reciting together. And inshallah, when you're older, you could do the whole Qur'an like this, just side by side, brother and sister, memorizing the whole Qur'an, mashallah. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum to you both. Jazakallah khair for your recitation. We're now going to go to Ustad Mas'ud, who's there, been waiting for us to talk to us about the story of Ibrahim. Are you there, Ustad Mas'ud?
Jazakallah khair, I'm here, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah, so good to see you.
Jazakallah khair, likewise, alhamdulillah.
Over to you, Ustad.
Can I share content? It says I can't share content.
I'm sure you can, Ustad. We'll
Give
just
me a second. I'll take care of that for you. Just find where you are on my So just a reminder for everyone else, do stay on mute and just whilst we're doing this, and there's Ustad Masood, I'll make you...
Now, Ustad Masood, is it possible for you to buy one of your hats for Ustad Akhtar? Because I've told him I like his hairstyle, but in all honesty, I was not telling the truth.
Make dua, can go to Pakistan. I've tried to go to Pakistan twice this year and I haven't been able to go because of the COVID issue.
Okay.
So make dua, as soon as I go, I will bring inshallah for him, and if you like, for you as well, inshallah.
Yes, but I would like a red colored one. Yeah.
Red color, eh?
Yeah.
I will take your order before I leave, inshallah.
Inshallah ta'ala.
No problem.
Have you got the rights yet to share the screen?
I think so. Yes,
okay.
alhamdulillah.
Bismillah.
Wonderful. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Okay, mashallah, I have listened to some beautiful Qur'an just now. Alhamdulillah. And what I want to emphasize this before I move on to the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam is we have, mashallah, many parents listening today. We have many ustads, ustazas, etc. So one message I want to give is please, 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 any child you teach Quran, teach them to, of course, recite Quran with tajweed, etc. But at the same time, this is where we are lacking. At the same time, train them to read the meaning as well, every day, daily. Please, please, please. If we do this, wallahi, if we do this now, we will see the result in 10, 15 years, inshallah. If we do this now for our children, so for example, they read Quran and they read one ayah and they can read the meaning. Or they can read the whole Quran without the meaning first, the whole juz, let's say, or the whole surah. And then after they have read that, then they can go into the meaning. Yeah? But please, this is my plea, this is my advice, this is, wallahi, I'm very passionate about this. Please teach our children to read the meaning every single day without fail. Bismillah, inshallah, that will be a great investment. Khair, let's move on, go straight into the story then of Ibrahim alayhi salam. So the recitation, mashallah, that we just heard, I have just picked some of the main things from this recitation, from that passage. And the first thing that we see is Allah Ta'ala, He introduces Ibrahim alayhi salam as somebody who has qalbun salim. Qalbun salim, which means roughly it means if I can write on this, a healthy, let me try and change the color of that, a healthy heart, a good heart. Yeah, so now what does that mean? That means a few things very quickly, and that's a healthy heart because it's, mashallah, bouncing up and down. Healthy heart is free of any disbelief and hypocrisy. It is also free of pride and hate. So a person who doesn't disbelieve, who doesn't have nifaq, who says and does what he says, is free of pride, doesn't think he or she is better than anybody, and doesn't look down on people. And then two other qualities of this pure, healthy heart. This person thinks good of others, always thinks good of others, doesn't think bad of others. And probably the most important aspect or quality of a good heart, a healthy heart, a salim qalb, is loves Allah and obeys Allah. So you see, Allah has introduced Ibrahim alayhi salam, and if you really study the Qur'an, inshallah, whenever Ibrahim alayhi salam is mentioned, in the beginning, Allah, He will introduce him in a fantastic manner. Just like here, He has told us he has this brilliant, beautiful, perfect heart. Moving on now, let's move on to the story of his encounter, Ibrahim alayhi salam's encounter with the king of Namrud or Nimrod. Essentially, Nimrod was a tyrant, despotic, cruel ruler. And Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was brought to him. And Ibrahim alayhi salam, he invited him, just like all prophets' messengers invited everybody, to acknowledge, to realize there is only one Allah and that we should obey him. But Nimrod, the king, he was full of himself. He thought he was more powerful. So Ibrahim alayhi salam starts his conversation by saying, look, Allah is the one who gives life. Yeah, he gives life and he gives death. Now, Nimrod, he misunderstands that life, taking or giving it, he misunderstands this. So he asks for a slave or a prisoner to be brought to him, and he frees one of those. And he says, look, I have given life to this person who was going to be killed. And the other prisoner, he slaughters, he kills, he orders his soldiers to kill him. So he said, look, you are saying Allah is the one who gives life and takes life. Look, I have done the same. So Ibrahim as-salam, he realizes that this person is not a reasonable person. This person is being silly. So therefore he thinks of, by the guidance of Allah, he thinks of a situation, a scenario where Nimrud will never ever be able to match the quality that he is explaining Allah through. So he says, look, my Rabb, my Lord, Allah, is the one who makes or brings the sun out from the east, and he makes it set in the west. And as you can see there, the sun is coming out of the east here, and it is setting in the west. Yeah. He says, fine, if you are as powerful as you say, then why don't you do the opposite? Why don't you make the sun come out of the west and set in the east? And at this point, Nimrud is dumbstruck. Allah mentions this as فَبُهِتَ الَّذِي كَفَرَ. He is absolutely speechless and he has nothing to say to this. So he destroys this argument of Nimrud, and therefore he wins the argument. And there are many lessons. Because of time, we can't go into many lessons, but the one lesson here is speak to people in a manner that will actually make sense to them, and it would make them understand what you are saying without a shadow of a doubt. So that's one thing we learn from this. We move on. As you know, Ibrahim alayhi salam in this passage, he is addressing his father. Now, one thing to mention, although it's not in this passage, is that whenever he addresses his father, he uses a phrase, oh my dear respected father, ya abati, which teaches us even if your father is the worst person on this earth who creates, who carves, who sculpts those statues, you still respect your father. Then how about your father or mother who are believers, who are good believers, who are investing their time and money in you to become a good believer? Of course, they have more regard and more respect than that. Khair, so he says to his dad, look, you create these idols and you are worshipping them. What is wrong with this? How can you do that? And then we know from other parts of the Qur'an that everybody in his, if you like, village or his town, they all leave for a festival. But Ibrahim alayhi salam, he says, you know what? I am feeling sick. I am feeling sick, inni saqim, and I will not therefore attend this. And what he does, he goes to the temple where all these idols are situated, and he talks to these idols. It's an amazing scene that has been, if you like to use this word, dramatized in the Quran, where Ibrahim alayhi salam, he is speaking to the idols, knowing very well that they cannot respond. And then he takes his axe and then he smashes all the idols except the biggest one. And as you probably know, he leaves the axe near or at or with the greatest or the biggest idol, the central idol, if you like. And the rest of these idols, he pulverizes, he completely destroys, as you're about to see very shortly. There you go. He pulverizes those completely. Now, the people at that time, they are devastated. Imagine all of the people in his village or in his town accept him. He is not under any type of peer pressure. He is not influenced by these people. He is a strong young person. He is hardly a teenager at this point. But he is not influenced by them. They come back to this horror that all their idols have been smashed. So now they plan. They plan, they say, who could have done this? And then they consult and say, then we know about this young boy. The term young used in the Qur'an is fata, is a young boy who calls himself Ibrahim. We feel he has done this because he has always objected about our idol worship and our traditions. So when they inquire, they find out eventually that yes, this is Ibrahim alayhi salam who has done this. And then they try to make him an example to cast fear into the hearts of anybody who would ever think of not worshipping idols, by building a fire that the books of hadith, they mention this fire was so huge that a bird could not fly over it but would fall into it. This is how big and huge this fire is. And what they then do is they use this apparatus called a manjanikh in Arabic and a catapult in English, or you could say a big slingshot. And they put him into this slingshot, this catapult, this manjanikh, and they hurl him into the fire. And let's see if this works. So this is them hurling him into the fire. Now, before he is about to be hurled into the fire, he says some beautiful words in another part of the Qur'an. He says, Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakil, ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. Hasbi Allah. He says, Allah, He is enough for me as my protector, my guardian, the one I rely on, the one who will save me, the one who decides everything. I don't need anybody else's help. And he can say that. Why? Because he loves Allah. Remember qalbin salim, pure heart, good heart. He loves Allah more than anything. He obeys Allah above everything. And he has all the best qualities of a good heart. But Allah Ta'ala, as He has always done in history, and He is doing even today, the people who are loyal to Allah, who have a good heart, a clean heart, as Allah says in the Qur'an about the clean heart, those people Allah saves when they are forced to do things that they don't want, when they are punished for things and the crimes, such as Ibrahim's crime, according to them, was not to worship idols. Allah Ta'ala saves Ibrahim alayhi salam, and He makes the fire cool for him. Imagine that. Fire that is cool, unbelievable. But this is Allah Ta'ala's will. Allah can do what He wills and what He wants. And He makes it not only coolness, He makes it a pleasant and a very nice experience for Ibrahim alayhi salam. So we learn one thing from this, or a few things. We as believers should never ever be overcome by the pressure that we live in or we live with. Never come under that pressure. Always stand up tall, strong, and be smart and be sensible, but always say what is right. Speak the truth, and Allah, He is with you, just like He was with Ibrahim. We move on then, and I'm not quite sure when we have to stop. So maybe Akhtar can tell me, or Suhail can tell me if I have a few minutes left. The story moves on, and the Quran really is full of the tests of Ibrahim. Ibrahim in Islam is a person who Allah tested to the extent that we will now see, that He tested him with everything that he loved, that was dear to him, to see does he love Allah more or not. And this is how it seems he became the person with qalbin salim. His heart was a healthy, good heart, because his heart loved Allah more than anything and everything. So he sees in a dream, as you know, After many years of dua, he has a son, Ismail alayhi salam. And when his son, Ismail, his son, he is a young lad, again, Ibrahim alayhi salam, he sees a dream. He sees in his dream that he is slaughtering Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam. Now we know that the dreams of the prophets, they are revelation. They are wahi, revelation. They come from Allah. Shaitan cannot interfere with the prophet's dreams. So wahi comes to him. He knows that yes, this is Allah Ta'ala's command. He asks Ismail, look at that. The father is asking his son, what do you think? Mada Tara, what do you think? And look at the son, a young man, a young boy. What does he say to his father? How he respects more and more foremost Allah. He says, do whatever Allah has commanded you. Inshallah, you will find that I will bear this, because if this is the will of Allah, then it is the right thing to do. And this was one of the greatest tests of Ibrahim, his beloved son, part of him, flesh and blood. Allah Ta'ala tested him, and when he was ready to even sacrifice his most beloved thing on this earth for the thing that he loved more, which is Allah, Allah Ta'ala, he replaced him with a dhibhin azim, a great slaughter, a great sacrifice. And this is what we do every Eid al-Adha, to remember and to ignite in ourselves the love for Allah, the willingness, the determination to give everything for the right cause. And the right cause is to acknowledge Allah as the only one worthy of our worship, and to invite everyone else also to that worship. So this is a beautiful lesson for us in terms of our tests. And in the end of this passage, and in fact in this whole surah, you will find a few things. In this surah, Safat, you will find Allah Ta'ala, he is saluting, if you like. He is praising his prophets and messengers. Salamun, salamun. You will find after many prophets, messengers, Allah Ta'ala, salamun ala Yasin, salamun ila al Yasin. And then here again, salamun ala Ibrahim. And another ayat tarji'i, it is known as, keeps coming in this surah, is this ayah 108. وَتَرَكْنَا عَلَيْهِ فِي الْآخِرِينَ. After every prophet has been mentioned, Allah says regarding that prophet, we left for him favorable mention among later generations. Meaning, now these prophets that you are listening about and you are talking about in the Qur'an, you are learning about them, we have left them as a beautiful role model, that you mention them in good words, with respect, with honor, and you praise them by asking Allah Ta'ala to bless them. This is the result of a clear, pure heart. As opposed to that, look at Nimrud. When we look at him, he is a lesson of arrogance, a lesson of cruelty. Look at Fir'aun, a lesson again of arrogance and cruelty. Nobody is praising them. These people, Allah, he is saying, Salamun ala, Salamun ala. And this is repeated in the surah, that may Allah's peace upon Ibrahim, means in this dunya, Allah will protect him. And more importantly, in the akhirah, Allah will protect him. And whoever does so from the chastisement of the Jahannam, may Allah protect us all from that. So, mashallah, many things to learn and to gather from that. I hope, inshallah, that we have had some, inshallah, insight into the benefits of this story. But again, I want to end by emphasizing, please, please, please. And I don't know, Al-Noor school curriculum, etc. Please, but whenever I get an opportunity, I plug this. I say, please, brothers and sisters, make Quran your part of your curriculum, to learn the meaning. I'm saying this, I can't say this enough. Learn the meaning of Quran. This will make a big change, inshallah. In 10, 15, 20 years, we will, inshallah, see the change that will be the seeds that we sow today. Bi'iznillahi ta'ala. We ask Allah Ta'ala to give us the tawfiq and to give us the wisdom that he gave to Ibrahim alayhi salam, and the determination to be able to face all challenges that we inevitably, definitely faith as believers. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Jazakumullah khairan.
Jazakallah khair. Excellent, Ustad. Jazakallah khair. You're really, really brilliant. Really brilliant. And you got me nervous there, Ustad, because I saw on your screen that your battery life is 7%. So I started getting nervous there. But alhamdulillah, you got it all in. So Jazakallah khair. And you're more than welcome to stay. We're going to do a little bit of a quiz now with all of the students. And then we're going to maybe do a little bit of something different right at the end. So more than welcome to stay. And we've got, alhamdulillah, over 94 families on board right now, and so many watching on YouTube as well. So Ustad Sohail, this is kind of like one of the fun parts of our session now. We get to do the Q&A.
What do you mean, Akhtar? The whole thing, Ustad Akhtar, is fun. This is just the most fun bit, but the whole session is fun.
I'm not talking about myself. I know I'm the fun bit.
Okay, let's start. Let's start, Ustad Akhtar. I can't wait any longer. I need to do this quiz.
All right, everybody, this is where you get to ready. You can get to punch your answers in. Make sure you're ready to have these questions answered, inshallah. Let's go for the first question here. It's on your screen. Ibrahim destroying the statues, his epic debate with King Namrud, and being saved from the fire. What in verses 37, 83 to 111. Why did Ibrahim destroy the idols is the question. So that's the question. Because he was in a bad mood, because he had been paid to do so, because he wanted to prove that they could not hear or see or speak or even defend themselves, or because it was a dare. Which one? So ignore the first answer. It can only be the second, third, fourth, or fifth that you can see. And we have lots of people answering, alhamdulillah. And we'll give you another 5 or 10 seconds. And there we go. We're up to 70% almost have answered. Last 5 seconds. Ustad Sohail, you ready for the answer?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's see what everybody... Oh, still people voting. Let's end there and let's share the results.
Oh, mashallah. That was quite a tough question. But alhamdulillah, 90% of people got it right, because he wanted to prove that these idols could not hear, they could not speak, and they could not even defend themselves. Excellent. A few naughty people said because it was a dare. I think Ibrahim alayhi salam didn't do it because it was a dare. He did it to prove a point.
And there was a few people who put an answer. 3 people put the answer as the question, which is really clever.
All right, okay.
So that's probably my fault for doing that. Okay, let's jump on to the next question, Ustad. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. What excuse did Ibrahim alayhi salam give to his people to be alone and destroy the idols? Was it that he needed to have an early night? Is it that he was ill? He wanted to do his homework? Or he wanted to play Fortnite? What's Fortnite? So let's see what your answers are. First one, second one, third one, or fourth one. Was he an early night? Was he ill? Was he doing his homework? Or did he want to play computer games? Which one? Okay, lots of answers so far. And we'll give you another, say, 5 seconds. So quickly punch in one of the answers. And we're going to close it. Oh, still people. Okay, let's close it now. And let's share the results. Ustad, you ready?
I'm ready. Okay, so a few people seem to have thought it was because he needed to have an early night. I don't think his people would have accepted that. It was a big festival and everyone had to go. The correct answer was 77%. He was ill. Inni saqim, the Qur'an says. He says to his people, I am ill, or I feel ill. So 77% people got that one right. MashaAllah.
Great. Let's jump over to question number 3. And this will be a quick one. Who was the evil king in the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam? Was it Pharaoh or Fir'aun Nimrud? Was it Donald Trump or Lord Forkhead? Who's Lord Forkhead?
Ustad Akhtar, you're so not in touch. That's Lord Farquaad. He's from Shrek. Lord Farquaad.
Oh, okay.
Haven't you ever seen Shrek?
Well, I'm looking at him right now on my screen. But okay. Anyway, so Fir'aun, Nimrud, Donald Trump, or the person from Shrek? Which one is it? Let's have a look. So, okay, so many people have voted, and let's end the poll now and share the results.
Of course, it was Nimrud. We mentioned that right at the beginning. And according to some narrations, he actually ruled for more than 1,000 years. Some people confuse with Musa alayhi salam and Fir'aun. Some people confuse with Donald Trump. I think it's the same naughty people who are giving the first silly answers. It's not Donald Trump, it's Namrud.
Okay, let's go to question number 4. How did the king try and punish Ibrahim alayhi salam? Did he throw him in a great fire? Did he separate him from his father? Did he throw him in the sea? Or did he put him in prison? Which one? Throw him in the fire, separate him from his father, throw him in the sea, or put him in prison? Which one do you think? We've had 75% of the votes already. We'll give you another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and there's a big answer here, Ustad. Let's have a look at the results. Here you go.
MashaAllah, excellent. That's a very clear, correct answer percentage. 94% throw him in a great fire. I think Ustad Masood is such an excellent teacher, especially I love his animations. When you got the fire, it was very clear what the answer was. MashaAllah.
Excellent. Okay, and now we've got the one which, let's see if everybody was paying attention. Here's the one. Get ready. And I think the parents get ready. They've got to answer this one as well. They might get it wrong. See a few adults there getting nervous. What dua did Ibrahim alayhi salam make when he was thrown in the fire? Was it Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil or Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil? Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-azim, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, or Allahu Akbar? Did he make takbir? Did he say Allahu Akbar? Which one? Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakil, Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-azim, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, or Allahu Akbar? Let's see which one you all go for. Were you paying attention to that?
Can we give them an extra 3 seconds thinking time, Ustad? That is a tough question.
Well, we've got 84% of the people have already voted, so they're very confident, Ustad. They're very confident.
MashaAllah.
So let's see. We'll give another 3 seconds, and let's now share the results. And here you go, Ustad.
Oh wow, that's really impressive. 84% have got the answer correct. Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil, which means Allah is enough for me. Allah will take care of me. Wa ni'mal wakil, and He is the best person to take care of me. Now the other phrases are adhkar from Islam, but they're not the ones Ibrahim alayhi salam said at that time. So excellent. That's really well done. 84%. Good.
Now, Ustad, we wanted to try and do something just for we've got 2 minutes left, and we wanted to see if we could put everyone in a breakout room, and you're going to be able to speak to 8 or 10 other people on this call. And what's the discussion that they want to have, Ustad?
So what we're going to do now is you're going to have 60 seconds where you're going to be in a breakout room with, say, 5 or 6 or 7 other people. And all I want you to do is discuss, what do you think is the most important thing you've learned about Ibrahim alayhi salam over the last 2 days? What's the most important thing you've learned about Ibrahim alayhi salam? So it's going to go into a breakout room. Don't worry about that. And in 60 seconds, you'll automatically come out of the breakout room and be on the main page again. So let's go for it, Ustad Akhdar.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Ustad Akhdar, are you in a breakout room now?
I'm not, I'm with you still.
Okay, I think there's 21 people still in the main room. Okay, that's fine. So, okay. Okay, guys, those people are still on this in this room. What's the most important thing you've learned about Ibrahim alayhi salam? Just come off mute and shout out.
Hi.
Here's some
To always trust Allah.
Excellent. To always trust Allah. What else? What else? To always trust Allah. That is an excellent answer. Do we have any other ideas? Any other thoughts? Thinking. You should just tell me something you like.
Only
Sorry?
30 seconds left, everybody.
Okay. I can't hear you. Can you repeat that? You still, I've heard a lot of What is the most important thing you've heard about Ibrahim alayhi salam?
He got thrown in the fire and he didn't get burned.
He didn't get
Got
burned.
thrown into it. Wow.
That is an amazing lesson which shows us that Allah can protect His servants.
My
if we
trust in
believe-
Allah.
Okay,
your
everybody's
trust-
coming back now. Everybody's
Okay.
coming back now. Starts the time over.
To know worship idols.
Yeah, say it now.
Yeah.
Worship only one God.
Okay, worship Allah alone.
He
have
respected
iman
his
in Allah.
father even though
Sacrifice
he believed in other
Allah.
gods.
He had lots of iman.
Oh, what an excellent answer. Ustad
Worship
Afkar,
God.
can you hear some of these answers?
Allah is the best. Allah loves him. I know.
Amazing.
Trust in Allah.
Oh, too much knowledge.
Allah is the best.
Everyone. Excellent. Jazakallah khair. And now it's Jazakallah khair. It's 7:15 now, so we're going to end now. So you can all come up mute and say salam to everyone. We see you tomorrow.
Alaikum, everyone.
Have a good evening. Have a good evening.
Oh, someone's going to sleep. Oh, there they are.
Have a good evening.
All right, I enjoyed it too.
Okay, that's it.
Walaikum salam. Assalamualaikum. Walaikum salam.
Assalamualaikum.